The romanticized image of cowboys often portrayed by Hollywood diverges significantly from the reality of 19th century cowboy life. While there were moments of joy and camaraderie, the true existence of these cowhands was far from glamorous. Contrary to the lone gunslinger archetype, cowboys in the American West were primarily engaged in the demanding tasks of cattle driving and ranch work. They hailed from diverse backgrounds, united by their mastery of horsemanship and commitment to tending the herd. Life on the frontier was marked by toil, peril, and repetitive chores, accompanied by a generous portion of dust, insects, and simple fare, like beans. These cowboys were not mere characters in a Western drama. They were hard-working individuals navigating a harsh and unforgiving landscape. The myth of the dashing hero persists, but the reality is a testament to resilience, grit, and the everyday challenges faced by those who lived the cowboy life. Cowboys slept very little. Cowboys scarcely knew the comfort of a good night's rest. Their existence revolved entirely around the relentless demands of tending to the herd, a ceaseless cycle of safeguarding, herding, and nurturing the cattle. Whether stationed out in the open fields or toiling on the sprawling expanse of a ranch, vigilance was their constant companion. Each watch, typically spanning 2 to 4 hours, necessitated a rotation of weary men, affording them only brief respite. A meager 6 hours of sleep was considered a luxury. The makeshift bedrolls upon which they lay provided scant relief from the harsh realities of their environment. Constructed from a hodgepodge of materials ranging from feathers to canvas or even waterproof tarpaulin, these rudimentary mattresses were designed for portability rather than comfort. Whether on the trail or back at the ranch, the same bedrolls served as their solitary reprieve from the rigors of the day. However, any semblance of comfort was often marred by the unwelcome presence of lice and bedbugs, infesting these humble resting places wherever they were unfurled. Historical accounts paint a vivid picture of the relentless toil endured by these intrepid souls. The cowboys' day was a symphony of arduous labor and unyielding dedication to their charges. With little regard for personal comfort, they soldiered on through the darkest hours of the night, their indomitable spirit driving them forward, despite the pervasive exhaustion that clung to their every step. It was a life defined by sacrifice and resilience, where sleep was a precious commodity to be savored in fleeting moments of respite amidst the vast expanse of the frontier. Cowboy and dust. Dust pervaded every aspect of a cowboy's existence, an ever-present companion amidst the vast expanse of the frontier. Whether traversing the open range or laboring on a bustling ranch, the ubiquitous cloak of dirt clung tenaciously to their weathered attire. While corralling the herd, those stationed at the rear found themselves engulfed in a swirling maelstrom of dust kicked up by the thundering hooves of the cattle, yet even those at the forefront were not spared from the relentless onslaught of filth. Upon concluding a grueling cattle drive or arriving at a bustling town, cowboys eagerly sought solace in the form of a long-awaited bath, relishing the opportunity to cleanse themselves of the accumulated grime. Some indulged further by investing in fresh atire and seeking refuge in the welcoming embrace of a local saloon, where they could momentarily cast aside the burdens of their rugged existence and revel in the camaraderie of their fellow frontier dwellers. Life on a ranch offered a semblance of respite from the ceaseless onslaught of dirt, yet even within its confines, cleanliness remained an elusive luxury. While some ranches boasted opulent mansions as symbols of prosperity, the true heart of cowboy life resided within the humble confines of bunkhouses and outbuildings. These structures, while offering modest shelter from the elements, could never fully shield their inhabitants from the pervasive dust that permeated every crevice. Despite the relative comfort afforded by these humble abodes, many cowboys harbored a deep-seated affinity for the untamed wilderness. Even when presented with the option of a roof over their heads, a significant number opted to embrace the freedom of slumbering beneath the vast expanse of the star-strewn sky, a testament to their enduring connection with the untamed frontier. Cowboys' clothes. Cowboys donned a distinctive array of attire tailored to navigate the rugged terrain and unforgiving elements of the frontier. From wide-brimmed hats to durable chaps and sturdy boots, every garment served a vital purpose in safeguarding the cowboy's well-being on the trail. The iconic cowboy hat varied in style and design across different regions. However, its primary function remained consistent: to shield the cowboy's eyes from the blazing sun. The height of the hat's crown directly correlated with its ability to provide shade, offering respite from the scorching heat of the Old West. Chaps, worn atop trousers, served as a formidable barrier against the hazards of the trail, protecting the cowboy's legs from thorns, brush, and other potential dangers. Additionally, American cowboys often sported bandanas draped around their necks, serving as versatile tools to shield their mouths and noses from the omnipresent veil of dust that enveloped the landscape. The design of cowboy boots reflected a meticulous balance of functionality and practicality. Crafted with narrow toes and heels, these boots facilitated a secure fit within the stirrups, while allowing the rider the freedom to dismount with ease when necessary. Constructed from durable leather and adorned with spurs, cowboy boots not only provided essential traction, but also enabled the cowboy to effectively communicate with their trusty steed. Embodying both form and function, cowboy boots boasted a towering silhouette that ascended the lower leg, offering an additional layer of protection against the rigors of frontier life. With each component meticulously crafted to withstand the trials of the trail, the attire of the cowboy served as a testament to their resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. Cowboys' own language. The vernacular of cowboys was rich with specialized terminology, often punctuated by colorful expressions and occasional profanity. Rooted in the venerable traditions of the vaquero, cowboy language encompassed a diverse array of linguistic influences, ranging from indigenous slang to borrowed phrases from Native American languages. Drawing upon a myriad of sources, cowboys crafted a lexicon uniquely suited to their way of life. Metaphorical expressions such as above snakes and hair case served as vivid descriptors, conveying the concept of vitality and headwear, respectively, within the context of their daily experiences. Moreover, interactions with various Native American tribes enriched their linguistic repertoire, incorporating indigenous words into their everyday speech. Every aspect of cowboy existence found expression in their language, from the meticulous naming of their firearms and trusty steeds to the myriad tasks they performed and the equipment they utilized. Ropes, in particular, bore a multitude of monikers, with designations often influenced by the material composition and visual characteristics of the rope in question. For instance, a lengthy rope woven from strands of white and black horsehair earned the whimsical appellation of a pepper and salt rope, reflecting both its distinctive appearance and functional utility in the hands of a skilled cowboy. Through this rich language, cowboys not only communicated practical information, but also imbued their everyday interactions with a sense of camaraderie and shared identity, forging bonds that transcended the boundaries of time and place. Essentials for survival. In the Wild West, cowboys were revered by their peers and contemporaries for a myriad of admirable qualities that epitomized their rugged lifestyle on the frontier. Their bravery, unwavering physical prowess, resilience against the harsh elements, and mastery of horsemanship and lasso skills were lauded as indispensable attributes essential for survival in the Old West. The demands of cowboy life necessitated a formidable level of physical strength and endurance, essential for tackling arduous tasks such as breaking wild horses, roping unruly cattle, and enduring marathon rides across vast stretches of terrain. Yet, physical prowess alone was insufficient without the accompanying courage to confront stampeding herds and confront the unpredictable forces of nature on a daily basis. In addition to sheer physicality, cowboys relied heavily on their keen intellect and practical knowledge, honed through years of first-hand experience. Quick thinking and sound judgment were imperative in navigating the myriad challenges encountered on the trail, from tending to the needs of the cattle to averting potential crises without succumbing to panic. A deep understanding of bovine behavior was essential for effectively managing the herd, as cowboys skillfully manipulated the psychology of cattle to achieve desired outcomes, such as guiding them to water sources and minimizing unnecessary risks during long drives. Laziness or incompetence were met with swift retribution, as evidenced by the harsh punishment administered to those who shirked their responsibilities, a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of life on the frontier. Anecdotes abound of disciplinary measures taken against those deemed negligent in their duties, such as the infamous tale of a cowboy caught napping beneath the chuck wagon, only to awaken to the sting of a dead tarantula wielded as a punitive instrument. Such tales serve as enduring testaments to the uncompromising ethos of the cowboy code, where diligence, courage, and resourcefulness were not merely virtues, but essential prerequisites for survival in the rugged landscapes of the American West. The cowboy's horse was his best friend. The indispensable partnership between cowboy and horse lay at the very heart of frontier life, serving as the linchpin for the success of every cattle drive and ranching endeavor. A cowboy's reliance on his trusty mount extended far beyond mere transportation, encompassing duties ranging from vigilant guarding and steadfast protection to the laborious hauling of cattle across vast lands. Horses, in turn, bore the weight of immense responsibility, expected to endure grueling hours in the saddle, traverse treacherous landscapes, and withstand the blistering heat of the sun without faltering. In the frontier, where survival often hinged on the capabilities of one's mount, cowboys forged profound connections with their steeds, fostering bonds reminiscent of the mythical union between man and centaur. The relationship between cowboy and horse was nurtured through a regimen of meticulous care and unwavering devotion, as cowboys tended to their equine companions with the same tender affection afforded to cherished kin. Along the dusty trails of the cattle drive, this symbiotic bond flourished, uniting horse and rider in a harmonious dance of mutual reliance and understanding. A cowboy's ability to maintain vigilance throughout the night hinged upon the intelligence and training of his mount, as only the most astute and well-trained horses were entrusted with the solemn duty of standing watch. These elite equines, handpicked for their superior intellect and unwavering dedication, comprised the coveted remuda, a select group of equines renowned for their intuitive understanding of bovine behavior and their uncanny ability to anticipate the needs of their riders. Throughout history, the legacy of the cowboy and his horse endures as a testament to the enduring bond between man and beast, forged amidst the rugged landscapes of the American West. Cowboys traveled. The monumental task of herding thousands of cattle across the untamed frontier required a tightly knit team of 8 to 12 intrepid cowboys united by a shared sense of purpose and bound by the rigors of the trail. These cohesive bands of young men embarked on epic journeys across vast expanses of land, propelled by a singular goal: the successful completion of the cattle drive. At the helm of this formidable endeavor stood the trail boss, a figure of authority entrusted with the pivotal task of charting the course of the drive and overseeing its daily progress. With keen foresight and unwavering leadership, the trail boss determined the distance to be covered each day and selected suitable campsites for the group's nightly repose. Assisting the trail boss in his duties was a hierarchical structure comprised of key personnel, including a second-in-command known as the segundo, whose role was to support the trail boss and ensure the smooth execution of the drive. Alongside the leadership cadre, Essential members such as the cook and several wranglers played integral roles in maintaining the logistical and operational aspects of the drive, ensuring the well-being of both man and beast. For lone cowboys venturing into the wilderness, the perils of the frontier were amplified as they faced heightened vulnerability to attacks from both hostile forces and the unforgiving elements. Their solitary presence on the vast expanse of the plain evoked a mixture of fear and suspicion among those who crossed their path, a testament to the inherent dangers that lurked beyond the safety of the group's collective embrace. The legacy of these intrepid pioneers lives on, immortalized in Western legend as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the American frontier. The life was hard. Cowboys earned a monthly income ranging from $25 to $40, a substantial sum for unmarried men unburdened by familial obligations. Upon arriving in town, they indulged in modest luxuries, mindful of the social stigma associated with extravagant spending, which often invited scorn and derision from their peers. However, some prudent cowboys opted to save their hard-earned wages, harboring aspirations of purchasing cattle and acquiring land to call their own. Remarkably, the wages earned by cowboys remained consistent across ethnic and racial lines, a testament to the egalitarian ethos that pervaded frontier society. Regardless of their background, cowboys received equitable compensation for their labor, reflecting a rare instance of parity in an era marked by systemic inequality. In addition to their roles in driving cattle across the open range, cowboys sought employment on ranches or within local communities whenever opportunities arose. This multifaceted approach to livelihood ensured a steady stream of income for those willing to toil under the scorching sun or lend their skills to various facets of frontier life. While their wages provided a semblance of financial stability, the specter of social scrutiny and the ever-present desire for upward mobility underscored the delicate balance between aspiration and pragmatism in the pursuit of prosperity on the American frontier. Cowboys didn't carry guns to fight. Cowboys wielded firearms primarily for defensive purposes, relying on them as a safeguard against potential threats rather than as tools for initiating conflict or resolving disputes. Their guns served as vital instruments of protection, employed to ward off predatory animals such as wolves and coyotes, deter hostile encounters with indigenous tribes, and discourage would-be thieves from encroaching upon their territory. One of the most harrowing scenarios that called for the use of firearms occurred during the chaotic frenzy of a cattle stampede. In such instances, cowboys found themselves compelled to intervene directly, racing to intercept the lead animals and restore order to the tumultuous herd. Upon reaching the forefront of the stampede, they discharged their firearms in a concerted effort to halt the frenetic rush of the cattle, employing sound and force to bring the chaotic situation under control. Despite the romanticized image perpetuated by Hollywood, the notion of the cowboy wielding a pair of six-shooters was largely a product of cinematic exaggeration. In reality, most cowboys carried an array of firearms, ranging from compact sidearms to longer rifles, reflecting the diverse needs and preferences of individual frontier dwellers. The proliferation of firearms used by cowboys over time underscores the pragmatic approach adopted by many who recognized the distinct advantages afforded by both short-range pistols and long-range rifles in the challenging terrain of the American West. Far from mere instruments of aggression, these weapons symbolized the precarious balance between survival and security in a harsh and unpredictable environment, where the ability to defend oneself and one's livelihood was paramount. Cowboy food. The culinary landscape of the cowboy was characterized by simplicity and practicality, with a limited range of provisions comprising the staple fare of their daily sustenance. Amidst the sprawling expanse of the frontier, chuck wagons served as indispensable fixtures during cattle drives, manned by cooks whose cantankerous demeanor belied their indispensable role as purveyors of nourishment and comfort to weary cowhands. The menu aboard these mobile kitchens was predictably sparse yet hearty, featuring essential staples such as beef, bacon, beans, bread, and coffee, a modest yet sustaining repertoire designed to fuel the rigors of life on the trail. Cowboys typically partook in 2 main meals each day, partaking of their morning repast before embarking on the day's arduous tasks and reconvening for a communal evening meal to replenish their energy stores. Despite the physical demands of their laborious existence, cowboys adhered to a philosophy of moderation in their dietary habits, eschewing excess in favor of prudence and restraint. Mindful of the potential repercussions of overindulgence, such as digestive discomfort or the risk of depleting precious food reserves during extended journeys, cowhands exercised judicious discretion in their consumption, ensuring that they ate enough to satiate their hunger without overtaxing their digestive faculties. The culinary customs of the cowboy emerge as a reflection of their pragmatic approach to survival in the harsh and unforgiving environs of the American West. Cowboys talked. At the break of dawn, cowboys emerged from their slumber, attuned to the rhythms of the natural world. There, they reveled in the camaraderie of their fellow riders, gathering around the flickering glow of the campfire to share stories of adventure. Amidst the tranquil serenity of the night, cowboys found solace in the simple pleasures of music and conversation, their spirits buoyed by the melodic strains of fiddles and harmonicas that echoed across the open range. In the flickering shadows cast by the dancing flames, laughter mingled with the soft murmur of storytelling, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and shared laughter that served as a balm for the weary soul. Even during their solitary vigils on watch duty, cowboys sought solace in the company of their charges, engaging in whispered conversations and lilting melodies that served to calm the restless spirits of the cattle. Through the timeless tradition of oral storytelling and improvised songcraft, cowboys breathed life into the narratives of the frontier, perpetuating tales of bravery, hardship, and camaraderie that defined their unique way of life. Stampedes. A stampede instilled a deep sense of dread in cowboys, representing a formidable threat that they sought to avoid at all costs. Triggered by a myriad of stimuli such as sudden loud noises, inclement weather, or the presence of perceived threats like snakes, once unleashed, a stampede posed a formidable challenge that demanded swift and decisive action from the cowhands. In the chaotic frenzy of a stampede, cowboys found themselves thrust into a perilous struggle against the overwhelming force of thousands of panicked cattle hurtling towards them with unbridled ferocity. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, cowboys scrambled to mount their steeds and maneuver through the swirling mass of bovine bodies, their every movement fraught with the imminent danger of being trampled underfoot. Despite their best efforts to maintain control, cowboys faced the grim reality that even the most skilled riders and their trusty mounts were not immune to the devastating consequences of a stampede. Tragic accounts from history serve as haunting reminders of the profound toll exacted by these tumultuous events, with instances such as the Idaho Stampede of 1889 leaving both man and beast mangled beyond recognition in their wake. The first-hand recollections of cowboy Teddy Blue offer poignant insight into the harrowing realities of stampedes, recounting tales of fellow cowpunchers and their steeds being ruthlessly crushed beneath the relentless onslaught of the stampeding herd. Such accounts serve as sobering reminders of the perilous nature of life on the frontier, where the line between survival and tragedy was often razor-thin, and the specter of danger loomed large on the horizon. Cowboys were a diverse lot. The roots of the American cowboy trace back to the rich tapestry of Mexican and Spanish ranching traditions that flourished in the American West. Emerging from the Spanish word for cow, vaca, vaqueros were skilled horsemen of Mexican descent who were recruited by Spanish ranchers during the 1700s to oversee the intricate workings of the ranch and tend to their burgeoning herds of cattle. Renowned for their expertise in roping, herding, and riding, these native Mexicans played a pivotal role in shaping the early foundations of cowboy culture on the frontier. As the 19th century unfolded, the influx of European immigrants into the Western territories ushered in a new era of diversity within the ranks of the cowboy fraternity. No longer confined to individuals of Mexican descent, cowboy crews became increasingly heterogeneous, comprising a diverse array of ethnicities and backgrounds. African Americans, Native Americans, and settlers from across Europe joined forces with their Mexican counterparts, drawn together by a shared pursuit of livelihood and a common bond forged amidst the trials and tribulations of frontier life. In the Old West, the egalitarian ethos of cowboy culture transcended the traditional boundaries of ethnicity and race, fostering a sense of unity and mutual respect among its disparate members. The inherently collaborative nature of cowboy work, characterized by the reliance on collective effort and cooperation, fostered an environment where individual differences were subordinated to the shared imperative of survival and prosperity. Moreover, the predominantly male-dominated milieu of cowboy life engendered a culture that prized attributes such as hard work, resilience, and physical strength above all else, transcending the superficial trappings of race or ethnicity. Under these circumstances, the cowboy ethos emerged as a powerful symbol of solidarity and camaraderie, embodying the enduring spirit of the American frontier and the resilient determination of those who forged a new way of life amidst the vast expanse of the Western landscape. As we conclude our journey into the world of Wild West cowboys, we've uncovered the rugged resilience, camaraderie, and indomitable spirit that defined their way of life on the frontier. From the thrill of cattle drives to the dangers of stampedes, from the simplicity of campfire stories to the bonds forged amidst the dust and sweat of the open range, the legacy of the cowboy endures as a testament to the human spirit's capacity for adventure and perseverance. If you've enjoyed delving into the rich history and lore of the Wild West with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated on future videos exploring the fascinating tapestry of history. Join our community as we continue to uncover the untold stories and forgotten legends of the past. Until next time, keep riding the trail of discovery with us. Yeehaw!